it bled me dry, holding tight. Nice low hum, market spins, I'm going numb. Chase the green, you burn to red. Wallet full, now an empty head. Round we roll, can't cut the thread. Stuck in this blockchain bed. Couldn't cash out, charts burned down. Crypto cycle spin, round and round. Market's cold, I can't let go. Hypnotized, moving slow. Hypnotized, moving slow. Gains fade out, fees explode. Swaying lost on this crypto road, moons at tease. I'm still tuned, trapped beneath this desert dune. Couldn't cash out, charts burned down. Crypto cycle spin, round and round. Market's cold, I can't let go. Hypnotized, moving slow. Can't let go, hypnotized, moving slow. Couldn't cash out, charts burned down. Crypto cycle spin, round and round. Market's cold, I can't let go, hypnotized, moving slow.
That's home tonight. Got my wallet locked, private key so tight. Bitcoin stacking high, baby, feels so right. Bitcoin shining bright, grooving in the light. Looking for you, that's what I trade. You wanna bull run, step in my groove. Moon all night with the smoothest moves. Gas fees don't mean a thing when I'm with you. Lucky for you, that's what I trade. So come on down, watch the candles glow. Buy the dip real slow, keep the rhythm flow. I got the coins that you wanna know. Lambos in the moonlight, oh they gleam so fine. Ethereum in my pocket, girl, it's our time. Lucky for you, that's what I trade, that's what I trade. Ooh, energy sparkling like stars in the sky. Cold while flexing, don't you ask why. Lucky for you, that's what I trade, that's what I trade. Got a mining rig humming to a funky beat. Raking in the stats, yeah, life's so sweet. Dex trays popping off, got the floor on heat. Lucky for you, that's what I trade. So come on, girl, watch the candles glow. Buy the dip real slow, keep the rhythm flow. I got the coins that you wanna know. Lambos in the moonlight, oh, they gleam so fine. Ethereum in my pocket, girl, it's our time. Lucky for you, that's what I trade, that's what I trade. Ooh, energy sparkling like stars in the sky. Cold while flexing, don't you ask why. Lucky for you, that's what I trade, that's what I trade. Oh, slow it down with some stable coin love. Tether in my hand, fit you like a glove. We'll sway to the market till the night don't end. I'll speed it up with the meme coin spin. Doge got us dancing, let the winds begin. Keep on trading, baby, that's my trend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on trading, keep on swaying. trade, that's what I trade. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's one more time.
Blockchain line, crypto's pulling me through the grind. Rising fast where the hashes bloom, chasing dawn in a digital plume. Green screens flare, then they fade to black. Highs roll in, but they pull me back. Caught in waves where the code won't break. Risks a hum that I can't forsake. We're lost in hash, horizon around we glide. Dreams burning deep inside. Block stack high, but I can't divide. Every hash is a rush I can't hide. Oh, every hash is a rush I can't hide. Nodes light up in a midnight glow. Fortune's call where the ledgers grow.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Through a miner's haze. Hold out strong till the sky ablaze. We're lost in hash, horizon around we glide. Crypto dreams burning deep inside. Block stack high, but I can't divide. Every hash is a rush I can't hide. Whoa. Is a rush I can't hide. We're lost in hash, horizon around we glide. Crypto dreams burning deep inside. Block stack high, but I can't divide. Every hash is a rush I can't hide.
Let the night begin. Or else Road Dogg would take his clothes off again.
They gathered round the screen, eyes on the
We don't want that to happen again.
They're waiting for the turkey to stream day or night. With Fibonacci lines and trend lines bold. They're ready to learn their crypto wealth to unfold. Here they come to watch the turkey. Oh yeah, yeah. Here come the turkey. Yeah, you know he's gonna call it right. No, 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 he gonna call it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as the village idiot can find the button to push, we will begin the show. Hey, I resemble that remark. I mean, resent. You know what I meant.
Here they come to watch the turkey.
Your parents are so entertaining when you argue like that. You get engagement going with the chat. You know that. They love that, don't you?
No, he's gonna call it right.
Shut up, Hobby.
No, he gonna call it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Once the village idiot finds the button, we will begin.
They're searching for the next big thing.
Or what? We're gonna eat some turkey skin? Jesus. Sorry, Lord.
They're ready to ride the waves that crypto portfolios.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. How's it going, everybody? Glad to have you here. We got 27 people. Oh, that's a little step up from the normal game. Chat rate at 4. Things are looking good. How you guys doing tonight? Let me say hello to you guys first. Let's kind of mix it up a little bit. Normally I start getting lost right in the charts right away, but hey, let's mix it up a little bit. Say hello to everybody hanging out with me tonight. Shout out to you guys. There's Jim Derringer. How's it going, Jim? Then we got Jay Violet. Shout out to you guys. Steven Michelson. I've had a good. I'm blessed every day. I feel blessed every day. Ooh, but I felt tired today. I don't know what. I think it's the weather around here. It's just got us feeling achy and tired. Glad to hear my peoples. Mike Stevenson, Alvin Medina, Glasshopper 77, Haven Pack. So glad to see you back. Thank AI agents on the new meme coins. Meme coins too. I don't know if you were back in the space, but when Trump coin came on the scene, man, all the meme coins just died. But yeah, AI agents were, that was kind of the thing. They're becoming the new meme coins. But all that stuff is definitely down. My sound doesn't sound right to me tonight. I don't know if it's my monitor or what. Can you guys can hear me okay? I know it's playback from last night. The voice sounded a little different for me too. It may be my voice doing some weird stuff. Hey, we got Jim Derringer. I think I said that twice. There's Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. If you don't know that, go check him out. Check out his channel. Isn't there a trick? Do you guys? I've seen you do that cool stuff, admin or mods, where that has that. Anybody got his stuff? I don't know how that works. I'm a boomer. Joe's trying to teach me how to do these little tricks on here. I mean, I've asked, and he's giving me these helpful hints, and I suck at getting started. It's kind of like how I used to feel about technical analysis. You know, it's like, oh no, that's a headache going to happen. I don't want to jump into that. You know, but once you get into, once I got into TA, I was like, oh man, this is so cool. This is not hard. Why be waiting on? But I have not yet implemented all the cool stuff that you guys are sharing me. I apologize for that. There's Jay Violet Roguelite. We got Floki's Angels. Man, I don't know what it is about that comment. I just never get tired of hearing it. Just never get tired of reading that. Thank you so much. Brackets Adventures, what's going on? Miss Linda Anderson, so glad to have you here. EW. Glary Marshmallow, you made it. Hey, I'm so glad you're back in the game. Hope you're feeling better. MG Motorsports from halfway around the world from where I'm at. Glad to have you here. I'm honored for your presence. Avi Medina says, if you enjoy the music, take it with you on the road. Stream Road Dog Crypto on YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. You're awesome. Thank you so much for that. Where? Oh, I already did that. Okay. All right. Yes. And we got JG Cookie Dow for exposure to AI agents and more. I haven't looked at Cookie in a minute. That one was hot. Everybody was chasing that one, and I just gave up on. I'm not trying to chase meme coins, but look at that. Seems might be in a good place to get some if it's an interesting project. There we go. There's Joe's. Oh crap! Okay, guess we got a link. Look, you click the link and it takes you right there. Okay. There's Joe's channel over here, and he streams like on this and on Piper's Academy. Very busy man. Putting in a lot of work in the crypto space, and he definitely deserves your time. He's got so much alpha over there. He's just another person that just, we fall in love with this wanting to share what we learn in crypto and kind of help other people, because we know what it was like. Being there where, having two nickels rubbed together is kind of hard. And God darn it, I don't want to go back down there, but man, the way this market's been lately kind of makes you feel like, ooh. So I know a lot of you guys are feeling the pain. Everybody's feeling the pain. So don't think that you're unique. A lot of people in this market, because I mean, the global market is, and the bigger markets are suffering. And of course that comes over to crypto, but we get in our little silo over here in crypto and think we're not affected by that, because in other recent cycles in past, we weren't so affected by it, the very first ones. More so in the last cycles, we got a little bit more tethered to Wall Street, and we're definitely tethered to Wall Street now. Don't get it twisted. So we got to keep up with what's going on Wall Street, this and that. Let's see, but anyway, here's Joe's channel over here, Trade Intuition. Go check it out. Joe, you're growing. You've almost got 2,000 subs over there. It's got 972 videos. The man's a beast, I'm telling you. Uh-oh. All right, so I was trying to get back over to here where I started. Layer GG is still off, so I have no news to share tonight, but we do have his crypto calendar up here, and that's another thing I like about Layer GG. It's just who I follow for my news and everything over on Twitter X. I don't know, I just kind of like him. Let me give him a like and a retweet on that. But he gives us for the month of March, what's coming up, and of course this next week, here we are on the 16th, right? What do we got coming? Where? Did I look at this wrong? I thought we had a lot of things coming up this week. Maybe we don't. FOMC is coming up on Wednesday. I got to get used to it. There's not a Sunday and that's what threw me off. There's not a Sunday and not a Saturday. It's throwing me off. Something about NVIDIA going on around here. An AI conference. Ooh, we might see something bump Monday on AI coins. That could be interesting. BOJ, Bank of Japan interest rate decision. I don't know what that is. Melania Trump token unlock, $23 million unlock, 17% of the circulation for that Melania token. So if you didn't think it could go down any lower, maybe we'll find out. However, as weird as it sounds, I mean, we expect when there's an unlock that there'll be a dump in the price, but a lot of times that doesn't necessarily happen. I got burned on that idea with Aptos back in the day. I remember Aptos was about $4, and yeah, the big token unlock was coming, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna get out. You know what happened? Yeah, it went to 7, 8, 9. It took off without me after. I felt like an idiot. So a lot of people trade on the news. I just find I just rather look at the charts. Just try to look at the charts. Show me the charts, I'll show you the news. That's the saying. I can't off the top of my head remember who said that. I'm wanting to think it was, I don't want to say it's Charles. I can't remember. But that's why we can expect a little bit of a volatility, especially Wednesday, and that's when the market makers, any news day is when the market makers go crazy. They do their little heartbeat pattern, trying to flush out the longs and the shorts for all the little day traders and whoever else, high leverage people that they try to liquidate and stop loss or whatever you want. They just flush the market on those days, and so they're not great days to trade unless you're like trying to trade that, and then you can try to do a range trade strategy on that and catch the fluctuations there. That's an idea, but it's just a volatile day. And, I might as well get used to it, because that happens like every few weeks here when it sucks. Feels like it gives us a little hiccup in the week, and then we got to wait to see what happens before Friday comes, because then on weekends, it's not much going on, right? And Bitcoin hasn't done very much. I'm looking at tether dominance here. I don't know how I'm on that chart. Let's go back over here. Bitcoin dominance, I guess I end the show in the 6 minute, and a lot of times I'll start on the 6 minute, but because a lot of you guys the people who might come here, you might be more familiar with these smaller time frames and be watching them too. But I always want to stress that your best plays come from making your calls, doing your analysis on the bigger time frames, and then just narrowing it down. If you're not doing that, you should try it, and I think it might improve your luck on how you're playing this market. So it's smaller time frames, 6 minute. I'm just going by some of the things here. We're in a little local pattern, which has technically a 72% chance to break to the upside if we can get that momentum going. I'm not sure if I'm going to see that happen. We got some bearish rollovers going here in the moving averages. I see the bigger moving averages here, a 660 something and over 800. That's actually good for upward momentum, so we might be able to hang out here a little bit. But there's still some crossing going on here, and that's not great. She's got some work to do. So it looks like from the rest of the night until tomorrow, we might be a little janky here. And it looks like, you know, we're trying to mature this trend. We started off, we got a nice little bump down here, bottom of our trend lines. We had this trend line coming this way, this one coming that way, and it's not even the most beautiful trend line, but I tried to go from candle bodies to candle bodies, and that seems to work pretty well for me. So if my trend line is accurate, then we got a little bear trap here, and that would explain the strong move up, because, you know, that's part of one of my strategies is to look for these little guys, to expect something like that. That's one of the coolest things that I actually did learn in a trading group that I don't think I've really come across that anywhere else. So I got to give a shout out when the guy, the mentor, he's no longer with us, but in his memory, I'd like to honor that. Because he was part of me learning what I know and got me started in the right direction there. So always remember that. Things might have got crazy in that group or whatever. And it may not have been, you know, up to my full expectations, but it was the stepping stone that got me to where I am. So here we are on the 6 minute. And we're headed toward that 200 moving average. Now we're trying to test that little guy. And the rule of the game is on the moving averages, if you're above the 200, you're bullish in whatever time frame. And if you're below it, you know, you're technically bearish. Get rejected off of that one, it's bad news. And we've not cleared it, but I like it. I got the moving averages up, like the little green one, the 9 moving average. She's starting to roll over, making me kind of wonder if she's going to make it up here. Remember, you do have some bearish crosses going over here too, bigger time frames. So I don't see a lot that can really get us up too high, but we've got a chance to come up here to these areas, 83, 84,000 up at resistance areas, and we got the chance to do that. If you're looking for Elliott wave ideas, we'd be looking for 3 waves to go here. Now that's odd for that to be a number 1 wave, or even to this whole thing to be that's a huge number 1 wave. And if you go by that theory, your number 3 wave should be the biggest of them, which, you know, should be about this big or even more, you could think. Dare I look like some crazy flag chaser, but I mean, it's something along the lines of maybe coming up here before you get another correction, something like that, maybe. Just kind of throwing some ideas out there right now, not really digging into my fibs to get the nitty gritties or anything. But I just like to see where we're starting out here and give an idea of where we're going during the show. But let's go to the weekly, just kind of brush up over that real quick. And I'm just going to start out with indicators. And what we see here, stochastics are down at the bottom here. The stochastics are part of this BMC thing. It's just a conglomeration of about 5 indicators just all mushed together until it looks like a melted astropop on the sidewalk, or on the asphalt, really. It's black behind there. But the stochastics, they're down at the bottom, and they look like they're trying to take a little bit of a turn to the upside. That's cool. Now, when they get above the 20% level here, and that's got a way to go up there. That's the official buy signal for them, like they're out of the clear. And then I don't have the RSI up here, but the RSI would be at the 30%. That's just the typical. That's your typical thing, and that's in bot training or all that. That's how we would program them to know when to deliver the buy signal. But we still got the momentum wave looking like she can still do some downward damage there. Money flow is starting to ease out, but we do have this yellow, this volume weighted average price is what it's supposed to represent. VWAP is what it's called. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know, but that's what it says on the indicator. But anyway, it's normally a line in the chart, kind of like a moving average. It's not really like a little histogram kind of thing going on. But this one's starting to, this wave is starting to come up. Now, once it crosses the 0 line, that's a good sign that we're ready to do something. We're not there yet. And it can roll over. There's lots of things, so they can still go wrong here. So I wouldn't get too excited just yet. This was we're going MACD. I respect you, MACD. I respect you. Every time that I'm not respected this weekly MACD, especially that crossing. Hello, sir. May I present your ass to you for tonight's meal? That happens. Crazy thing is, you know, as much as I make those rules, I've told this story before, man. It's easy. You can see what's going to happen on these bigger time frames, but then you get sucked up in even the daily chart or 4 hour, and you forget about what the weekly or monthly might be saying, and then you get caught up. Maybe don't execute like you wanted to, planned to. That's been one of my drawbacks this cycle is I had a rule. Anyway, regardless, we've had our down cycle here. We should be starting to level out at some spot. I hadn't done it yet. Start getting these lighter candles here, or I guess you call them candles. And then we know something might be happening. Now, maybe we can go to the 3-day and see if there's a hint that it might be coming. And the 3-day suggestion, maybe. See, the bigger time frames, they trump the smaller time frames, but the smaller ones have a little voice of influence that just kind of travels up from the 1 minute on up. It's kind of a weird little communication, little wave thing that they got going on. You know, I don't know if you've ever been in the bathtub or a pool. You get one wave that goes to the one side, and then it comes back and comes to the other. It kind of reminds me of an effect, something like that. But anyway, it looks like we're trying to get something going on here in the 3 days. So this would translate into maybe the next couple of weeks we can start seeing maybe some little, you know, a little leveling up, maybe even get lucky enough to get a bullish cross on that. Here on the daily, however, on the MACD, we did get a bullish cross. That makes me happy. Haven, is it weird seeing me as a turkey? Haven comes back to my show and he's like, oh, there's a turkey now. I got voted to be a turkey. It seems to help the engagement. But anyway, I like this, but you know, we got to be careful because I mean, she's done this before a few times and got us a little hyped up here with a cross. I don't think it did very much here. The price actually still went down after with that bullish cross. Look at that. Bumped up here on the histogram and we were still dumped. So I mean, you can't bet the farm on it. But for the weekly, pay attention to MACD. This just represents a bunch of chop, usually is what that translates to. But we got a little bit of a lackluster rollover cross here. So we just got to see. I'm not convinced that it's got the momentum just quite yet. MACDs are tied to moving averages. And we look at moving averages over here about how strong that they cross to the downside and things like that as the strength of the move. And you know, we still got some the short-term time frame moving averages, or the shorter ones, the 9 and the 9 and the 21. They're still in a kamikaze mission down here on this 200 moving average. Okay, and it appears that on the daily we are getting rejected here so far. Now, what the people who don't have a 9 moving average on their chart. And just see the 21, they're like, oh no, it looks horrible. But if you got the 9 moving average, you can see we're just retesting that. And now the rule that I like to just keep repeating here on my 9 moving average strategy is if you're above the 9, you're doing just fine. And as long as we don't lose that, and we got this little lackluster point of trend line here connected mostly to candle wicks, maybe that'll count for something. On the bigger time frames, you can see how weak it actually looks, right? Now, in a smaller time frame where I drew them from body to body, it looked like that was, you know, appropriate. But when you zoom out, you can see, man, that's kind of weak. That's a little weak. What was our trend line look like here? Connected in here. Snap. 81,600. Could that be in the picture? Yeah, it could, but it would suck because we would lose that 9 moving average, and we don't want that to happen. We are to see if we can get something off of here. That would suck, but it's on the table. Let me jump back to the weekly here on the candle issue, and let me see. Do I not have that chart up here anymore? Yeah, this is the index. I thought I had. Yeah. I've got my candles on. Let me go back to this one. We'll come back to the other one. Can I find a clear shot? Oh my gosh, have I marked up them all? Is that what we're doing now? Here we are on the weekly, and notice this 9 moving average coming really close to that 21. Are they going to cross, or can they, if we get price action up enough, they can just kind of float? Oh, you know, you can get a little bit of a U-turn going on right here and then just glance off of each other. If they do cross, at least the angles are, you know, they're not at sharp angles, so the effect of it wouldn't be as bad. That's a cool thing about the moving average strategy that I like. And it also suggests that we can come up to that area about 93 here on the weekly. So that's cool. Now, our candle bodies on the Heikin-Ashi candles here, we did open up, well, they always do. Let's go to the regular one. Let's go to the regular candles. You can see a little bit better over here. We got a doji here, and then this is a nice open right there. Wick right. Oh, there's a little, is that a gap? We got a gap. Well, we might have a gap. Anyway, that's a nice start. Looks like we open here. I can't think. Open here and come down a little bit so far. Came down and even came back up. So it looks like 83,000 so far. Okay. Could we have a green week? Maybe. The market makers may entice us to jump in this week. Let's come now to the. But let's see what we got going on here. We got some small in volume here. This one just started, so we can't really say anything much about it. 3-day candle here. Looks like we might have lost some stuff, and we're below the 9 there. We got some work to do here, people. Got some work to do this week. A lot of chop, a lot of just lackluster price action. And I'm back on the daily, on the regular Christmas tree candles here, and see that we. Ooh, you need to do some recovery, baby. It looks like you lost whatever kind of trend line that we could hope to draw there from candle bodies to candle bodies on the daily. We're below. We look like we broke above this. Look like we cleared one, right? A candle above the 200 moving average, and that would incite a lot of bullishness out of people. And that's why some people want to wait a couple of candles on any time frame just for that extra confirmation. And that's not it to think about. It doesn't settle well with. I don't have the. I've got that. My little degen just wants to jump in. I'm having to train him so hard to you have to train him so hard to wait for those just for one candle just to close above a trend line, right? You got to go through that. But for some people, they want to wait for the extra confirmation. If you did that, then you wouldn't have got caught in this, or would have probably avoided that. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to sit here and, oh my God, that's a daily. You want me to sit out of this market for a whole nother day? Come on, clearly you see we're going up. We got so much going on in our heads. We're also different in how we look at this market. I mean, you can't watch any one person and expect them to just always dial in perfectly on everybody's risk tolerances and everything. So I kind of keep it a little general here, enough to try to share with you what I see, for you to make your own intelligent decisions there. For whatever your risk takes are, I just want to report what I see on the charts here. And we got a little room that we could let me switch back to my other candles. A little room that we could be recovering here if we're lucky enough to have this to stick. Oh, where in these candles? Well, that just shrunk up. I take that back. You better be moving now, buddy. Heikin-Ashi candles, I like them, especially your pattern trader. Try them out. They make it take a lot of the noise out, make it a lot easier. So here we are on some kind of I ended up on this 6 hour. I don't know why. I like the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour. So we had this megaphone pattern. If you want to look at that, descending broadening wedge. It looks like this would qualify. I tighten her up too. It does it real perfect. But that's my wick. It could be from wick candle bodies is what I like. Have to adjust your candles depending on what time frame you're on for a lot of it. Well, here it didn't get it as perfect if we go there. But we had a breakout and then a retest of the trend line area down here, and it looks like we started establishing lower highs or higher lows and higher highs, a couple of them so far out of the way in a channel. And hopefully we're just bouncing off this 50 and we'll just continue on this little channel until it decides to do something else. There's a chance up here on this particular time frame, also pointing up to around $96,000, but I'm pointing out that we got some bearishness going on here. This 300 crosses that 800. I mean, we might get a little bump up there, but I wouldn't expect us to get much higher or for it to stick at all. And my theory, and a lot of others too, which a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon again, and it's okay. I mean, it's out here. It's what's in the charts. A lot of people will see something in the charts, and a lot of other people see the same things too. Some people get accused of stealing charts because they see something and somebody else saw something too. Oh my God, you stole my idea. I patented it. I got a copyright on that chart. I mean, what the hell? If you chart and analyze oh my God, that analyst has got the same triangle I got. They stole it from me. Oh my God, you see so much crazy stuff on here on YouTube sometimes. Anyway, I saw that recently happen on the stream. I thought it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Anyway. I like to just kind of see what else might be going on. Oh look, we're gonna pinch the tip and make it into one of these little guys. Actually, it might have something a little bigger. It's a 4-hour time frame, right? So if you can zoom out a little bit, if you can zoom out, you get a better picture. This trend line is the big trend line that that's the one I should really make dark. And this is the guy that we really, really need to break on Bitcoin. And I've said it before, if we don't really get above 100,000, we're in danger of going back for a lower low. We need to get a higher high. What I'm hoping and what I'd hope to happen is that my little marker would work and my screen wouldn't move when I tried to click on it. That's what I'd really like to happen. If we could, however, I'm just going to draw a straight line. If we could actually come up to here, get a higher high, then I would be so excited because I'm selling all the way up through here to catch the next higher low, which I'll go with this trajectory so far. Maybe we come back to here, and then that would be the place to load up. And I keep saying that because this is one of McGann's ideas, and I like it. It works really good. But that's the real one that we're going to get ready for if we want to go harder, go heavier. The next higher low after we confirm a trend change. And so until we get over here, we don't. And really, I mean, you can make an argument that really until we get past this one, we don't. So we'll have a couple of chances to actually load up. So the first higher low after breaking this one, that'd be a great one to start loading up on Bitcoin. And maybe, depending on what altcoins are doing, I don't know, there might be an opportunity there. There may not. Depends on Bitcoin dominance at that point, I believe. But if we can come up higher somewhere, anywhere higher than 109, and then make another higher, that next higher low, that will be our second one that we can really focus on and say, so if you miss any opportunity, you got a second chance if you know about it and know what to look for and just plan for it. That's be there. But what everybody's afraid of is that we'll just go freaking parabolic, turn around and never stop. And it can feel that way, it can happen that way, but there's always a pullback. If you haven't noticed, I mean, we're almost back at the levels that we were, that we thought was the greatest high, man. We're at 73. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're not too far away from that. Some people think we might even hit that. And that's the scary possibility. Now that was the bullish. Let me take these numbers off so I can see. We just went over the hopefully bullish scenario, but the bear scenario, if we can't get up to those levels, then we could. And that thuckies. This is my little paper trading marker over here. But just to let you know that if you'd bought 3 Bitcoin at $65,000, you'd have almost a free Bitcoin out of that. I'm tracking that. It's helping me figure out how I'm going to play this game better next cycle. And not make the mistakes that I made this time, and that's all we can do every cycle. Look at what mistakes that we made the last one, and what we learned from everybody else, and then apply it on the next cycle. The only thing that sucks this time is that altcoins are just not cooperating. Altcoins have just kind of went wild, oversaturated. It's just crazy. So a very diluted market for altcoin. I don't really like this crossing here going on, so it's making me doubt that we're going to get up here and make that higher high. It can still happen because we still have this moving average over the 600 over the 800 moving average. We still got that positive momentum that can bring us out of this, and we can get higher than that. A lot of times you can see price get it can do it. It can still do it. But if these keep crossing like this, then we might get that rollover. And that's just the real thing. I'm gonna clear this off. I need a blank. I've always got to have a blank chart. And this is where my fifth strategy comes in. I go over this every night, but we need to be mindful of this or else we forget. We get excited in the moment and say, oh, it's going to the moon. I'm going to start buying them green candles, and you're playing right into the plan. We got to get out of that mindset of buying when it's starting to pump and wanting to buy when they get green and say, oh no, it's going to get away from me. Well, I better go fill my bags in with that coin before it takes off too much. And, you know, you start buying on the way up, and then the market maker's like, gotcha, baby. And then it comes back down, and then you find yourself in drawdown or in the hole, or, you draw down in your spot. And it is so much better to be, what they're doing, or try to get into a position where, where they're coming down to these scary areas, and everybody's like, I'm going short. I'm going to short support. And that's when they're like, yeah. Bitch. And they start taking it the other way. They get their positions filled down here, driving the markets down. And that's the video. The fifth strategy I use, it does help me find those areas. And this one came up to 1. So that gives me some confidence. It's at least a local bottom, and not calling the bottom. We don't have confirmation for that. We got a nice try going on here, but it's way too soon for anybody to call the bottom unless they're just out there gambling on that idea. There's no confirmations. It's not going to confirm till we get up here, and that's a half-ass confirmation. Not really going to confirm till we get up here. That's just it. And we need that. We need a big old push. And moving averages is saying, I'm not so sure that's going to happen just yet. So the signs that I'm playing this is that we may come up here to 89. We could roll over. Might get lucky to come up to 92 and roll over. I'm hoping we can come up to 96. That would be cool, but we really got to get over here. We need to break that 100,000. We really do. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't know that we got enough strength in the market right now, but who knows? But we do know that the big boys are accumulating this. One might think that there might be some manipulation in the market to help them accumulate it at this price and just kind of squeeze retail out. It seems to be effective, doesn't it? There's a lot of stories I hear on YouTube and Twitter, people being done with the market. Hey, even you're the smart one. You're coming back in at the right time. I think you might have left at one of the best times too. I'm thinking you might have, Haven. You may be the best player that I've seen so far in this market. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, we had some requests to jump into Sweet. Let me come back to the chat real quick. Oh man, I got 3 of these boxes open. And this must be the right one. Is that the right one? There we go. Got Bullish on Parade. How's it going? Nice dinner jacket. Thank you, Haven. Had to switch it up a little bit tonight. JG said, I felt too late for Cookie Dow. It isn't a meme. Uh-oh, my timer's already going off. It isn't a meme. It's an analytics platform focused on AI agents. They provide more analytics and just made a deal with CoinGecko. That's interesting. So I've got that on my list here. Trade Intuition says, YouTube is acting weird, not loaded, rebooted, modem, ended up having to turn off my VPN, watching Road Dogg 1.5 times speed to catch up. Mercury in retrograde, my friend. Mercury in retrograde. All your little electronics should be going on the fritz right now, and frustrated things happening, anything computer related and all that stuff. I swear by it. Let's see. Remember, there's no KYC when smashing the like today. Thank you, Joe. Sicario, how's it going? I was nowhere near that bridge. If anyone asked, I was here, okay? He was here. He was here all night long. By the way, watch last night's episode today. Ha, epic. I kind of felt a little bit bad after. I felt like maybe I was a little bit harsh, but that's just... I feel better since I got it out. I don't even feel like I even need to mention that. Tell you about it. She may be back a little bit later. Maximum profit. I had to load on the last pullback. That sounds like a good move. EW, JV, or JV. Total 3, it's ranging on a big time. It's ranging on a big time frame. That's why, yeah, total 3. She's also under this little. She's under resistance, but we got this little orange line. That little orange line. If I back up here, and I've not changed it. That little orange line was the 3.618 Fibonacci pull from down here. And that's a top. And this was another thing that I remember talking about it, and like, but the market just felt so good and so healthy, and this was the warning on the bigger time frames and everything. The triple head or not the triple top little guy playing out here, which those things I believe are just nasty. I mean, you expect a measured move, but it seems like they just set the tone for downward action. We got one of those on Bitcoin going on right now too, and some other things. But rejection there, and then we went through that summer. Man, that was the perfect time to bail out of altcoins, and wouldn't have been a bad idea just to bail out of them entirely, considering what they did. And then we got that same situation over here. This is another variation of that triple top. With the like, if you tried to pretend it's a shoulder, head and shoulder, because I think a lot of people was, oh, look at shoulder, head and shoulder. It kind of looks like that. Yeah, they're nasty. And this has really been the first cycle that I've really paid attention to these little guys. But I mean, it's like they start a little section of moves down. It's like, it's not just for that pattern. It's like it's like the dark crow or some kind of weird kind of ass warning. And oh gosh, I hope we're toward the end of this, but we may not be. But total 3, what I was trying to get to is that we're beneath the trend line, but we're trying to break out, and we are finding support on this 3.618. So we're flipping this area. That's the point I was trying to make. We're flipping this area that was resistance into support. We came below it, and that wasn't good. It was support here. We lost it, but now we regained it. So we got some hope. And if we can just kind of squeeze things, so there might be a little short squeeze coming and bump us above there. And that's the reason for my title tonight. Altcoins ready to move. They may be getting ready to do something, but I don't know that I would trust it fully. And like I've stated here, you know, I'm about sick of altcoins, to be honest with you. I want to get into I want to switch into some better ones, the ones that that look good to collect 2 years ago. This is what I've learned this cycle. This is what I've learned this cycle that I'm going to be applying to next cycle, because I wanted to get in and build these bags early, right? Because that's what the whales do. And there were plays there, but I didn't take profits on them. I should have, and I could just been all out of them. So that's one thing that I learned. Second thing, what was hot 2 years ago, nobody gives a F about now. A lot can happen in 2 years as far as technology, especially in a fast-moving sector like crypto and AI and AI and crypto and things like that. And a lot of new developments have come out, so that's another thing that I would want to a note to myself for next cycle. Lay off the altcoins, man, because they're gonna be confused and have to figure out pecking orders and all this stuff. And what gets hot, it's not hot anymore, and it's forgotten about. And here's something new, shiny, and we're all chasing that, or everybody's chasing that, and it just it's. And then you see how that they go up and they come down, and go up and they come right back down to the same lows, maybe lower lows, and we've done that 3 times. 3 times. So, but make notes this time for next cycle. I can play that better, and I can focus more on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is stolen the show. And we haven't talked about that for years. We've talked about it over the past 2 years, and what happens? Bitcoin steals the show. What's it going to do for altcoins? Now we're getting the feel of it. I wish I'd taken that was more of my intuition and stuff like that. I wish I'd listened to that voice more. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. Where we are now, and all we can do is make rules for the future. So I think it's important to kind of pay attention to what happens in these markets. And I've got a little journal where I like to keep these little notes so that I can look back on it next cycle. And I should probably do a little bit more in depth than what I have been, because I don't want to repeat the same mistakes, and some of the same plays that worked a few cycles ago are not working out as well as the altcoin strategies to grow your Bitcoin, definitely. we're not getting it. But I do see the possibility that we might get a breakout here and come back up. Maybe we'll get another 130 billion coming out of altcoins. And as you know, total 3 is going up. My plan is to taper out of a lot of the altcoin positions I've got, and the ones that I do want to keep. Well, you know, they're coming back. The idea is that I sell out into to Tether or stablecoin, dry powder as we call it, get our dry powder, and then on the next higher low, hopefully it is a higher low, then I can think about soaking it up. And some of these I might buy higher than what I sold on the ladder up, but whatever I do up through here makes up for it, and I'm ready to go. That's my game plan. Now, how well I execute that game plan? Well, you know, there's a big that's a gap to close between being an analyst and actual execution, and those are two different animals. But you got to have a plan to execute. That's my plan. I want to see how well I can do it. I basically, right now, what makes it easy is I can just set limit orders, which is what I've done right now. I've got limit orders set at my Fibonacci targets, and you know, stacked up orders, and just waiting for them to hit. I like that for swing trading. And I would imagine that most people who have a 9-to-5 job and still trying to get out of the rat race, if they're trying to pursue crypto and everything, that they would value a system like that. But I don't know, for some reason, the push seems to be toward perpetual futures day trading, which is, you know, that historically, you know, 95% day traders don't make it. I mean, that's just the stacks. I mean, it's big swing traders, and we know from WD Gann, one of his things, and from other people, if you just listen, the bigger money is made by your long-term holds, unless you've been doing altcoins, because they gotta suck right now. But eventually, yeah, you just gotta be patient with them. But long-term holds and you know, your swing trades. So I mean, that's the essence of what I do. In my personal trading, I don't really feel a drive to come out here and scalp a 1 minute a chart, because you know, that's what that does is take up time and takes away time from my family and time that I could be doing other stuff. It's definitely a time bandit, depending, unless you're just one of those like I'm a trader who just trades for 15 minutes a day. Of course, he's not doing crypto; he's doing I think stocks or forex or something. But that was kind of a cool idea. And then that's all he lets himself trade. So you know, you got so many different ways to look at how you want to trade and different rules you can set up for yourself. I mean, we're all like snowflakes, man. None of us are alike. MG Motorsport says, off to work, we'll be back later. See y'all. Hey, I'm glad you stopped by, my man. You're probably not even here to hear that, but hey, if you catch another rerun, thank you for being here, my man. Maximum Profit going to go. What? Get back. DW last retest was 3 days ago, and okay, I'll go and come back down. I think is what you're saying. The last retest was 3 days ago. I'm having trouble finding that in context. It may be me because I'm very sleepy. Answer Me says, Road Dog, you ever hear of a way to leverage a trade at 100 to 200x without even risking your initial margin? I don't see how that would. Without even risking your initial margin? I mean, you'd have to have something to put up. No, I don't know. No, and really, I mean, I don't think I've ever done a 100x. I may have done it once when it was there, but I was like, ugh. But if you're from the US or whatever, you just don't have that available to you. The 100x or even a 200x. I think. What can I do in CoinEx? I don't think I've ever looked. I may be able to do 100x over there. I just don't. BitUnix might even do 100x. Oh yeah, we can do 100x. Okay. Well, I have to take that back. It is available. Well, you know, it's available if you got that online security package, you can have access to it. But I don't ever do that. I might with one of my small accounts sometime. I mean, I'm cool with experimenting around. I might try that on one of my small accounts, and maybe, you know, a lot of people do $1 on like 100x, and just, you know, they let the liquidation be their stop loss, and that's one way to play it. It might be a fun thing to do, but it's not my main strategy or anything. But no, I've never heard of that, but that sounds cool. Oh, shucks. Can we have a boo at Rune? What's it doing? We'll take a look at Rune. I thought she was kind of recover. Rune has been a disappointment for me too. I still like it. I think it should have potential, but it was a disappointment. Answer Me says, I learned a method to get it to never liquidate. I mean, was it involved cross margin though? I mean, there are some tricks using cross margin where you wouldn't get liquidated, especially if you do like a small amount. I mean, that's one way to do it. I guess that's what you're talking about. I can understand that. At 200x. See, Weeks has 100x, do they? Oh, it looks like this bit unit. I can't remember because I just don't do it. I was wondering, bit Unix, do they have that? Now, there's not much of a problem if you're in the US at Bit. Yeah, they got 125. Okay. You can tell I don't do the high leverage stuff. Sometimes it's like, unless that's more of the day trading kind of thing. That's not really something you would do so much on the swing trade. Now you might get lucky and see something go into swing trade. Now that would be awesome. But it's also a good way to at your favorite restaurant. Here's your ass, sir. But there are so many ways to trade this market. It's just crazy. Let's take a look at a few altcoins here. Let's take a look at SWI. What are you doing, SWI? Let me zoom out. 50 is looking to cross that 200 moving average, and that will be an official sell signal. Just like on any time frame, the 200 moving average, if you're above it, you're bullish. If you're below it, you're bearish. And if the 50 crosses the 200, that is considered they call it a death cross. What you might notice is that every once in a while, sometimes when that happens, price doesn't drop. It might come up and then drop. So it doesn't necessarily mean sell now. Oh no, it's crossed. I got to sell it now. But sell at the next peak, the next run up if you're lucky. And a lot of times that does happen. That's one thing I think with new traders. That's the reason I'm trying to say this, because you're being taught, well, it's a sell signal. I got to sell. And you're just like, oh, got to do it now, because you get scared, right? But I'm trying to show you some things from experience that on some of these bigger crosses and on some of them, you got a little leeway to do that, to see how things play out. You don't have to just jump in there and get scared and make that decision, rashly make that decision. And so, oh man, it went up after I sold. Those are the kind of things that I'm trying to throw out there, little things. Just some ideas, and maybe it might help you out a little bit. So let's see here. On the daily, I see something going good on MACD here. Well, we've got a bullish cross. Well, that's cool. And there's some divergence on that MACD. I'm not big on doing the MACD divergence. It's not, I mean, I don't see it play out as much, but then sometimes it plays out when nobody else does. It's kind of weird. There's a little bit on the momentum wave, and is there some on the, are you angling up? There's some on the RSI. So we got some divergence here at a possible, at a trend line, which looks like it's trying to lose. So that's a signal to me to be looking for the possibility of what they call a swing failure pattern. I just call it a bear trap. That's how I learned it. Bear trap. Because we come back into the trend, above the trend line, we come back into the pattern if you're pattern trading, and then that can lead to a strong move. Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to go all the way up to the other end of the pattern. It can in some situations, but we can see we're going to have some resistance up here about $3. So it looks to me like we might be setting up for a possible bear trap. I like that idea. It doesn't mean we have to. Normally what we would do is get rejected. That's what we don't want to happen. But we're starting to reclaim the 9-moving average on the daily, and I'm seeing just a little bit of a curve here on that 50. You guys can see that. Now, if we if that does start happening, then we might not get that cross. Or if we do get the cross, it wouldn't be that strong, and maybe we could just end up ranging through here. So we got those ideas. I kind of like that for SWI. But what we normally would happen is this. So if we lose 9-moving average, lose trend lines, you got to be on looking for that idea. And you know, a lot of people might be looking and say the stochastics, and they are starting to come down. That might be. It could be. So okay, so that's what the daily says. Let's go down to the 4 hour, see what you say. Sometimes getting a hint going in to see if we can listen to a little bit of gossip about what they're talking about and stuff might give us an idea. She's trying, but I'm gonna look for it to try to do that. So I think there might be a possibility of a bear trap idea going on here for SWI. I would wait for confirmation of it and say, oh, you said it's going to be a bear trap, let's go buy it all, because like I said, it can easily roll over and we can be looking at 148 back down here to retest 211. But let me check a few other things here for you. Oh yeah. Oh, I busted an egg right there. I don't know. I just, whenever I pull my fibs, and then these are my bottoming signals. These are the things I believe give me an edge on finding pivot points. These are the good ones. And there's a little bit of a rule of thumb, but in general, just even seeing a bounce at these areas is a good sign. Before I figured out the secret sauce behind it, I was like, well, let's just have a way of working. And I'm still on a Fibonacci journey to discover all the mysteries the fibs can present. It's a fascinating journey. I love it. But that's a good. So I'm taking that. Yeah, I'm not going to call. It's going to be a possible because I'm going to be responsible. But I do believe, and I'm with this out here. Possible bear trap. So I do think that could happen. Oh, are you pumping up now? SWI? Here on the 15 minutes of SWI. You got some work to do. You definitely got some. Oh, no. Is that the 300 trying to cross? 300 trying to cross 800? That looks like that's going to happen. I think we're trying. We're trying. It may be shaky, but I think it's trying. So SWI looks interesting. So if it were to do that, and since the fibs are telling me that, you know, we're hitting areas, I feel a little bit more comfortable to kind of anticipate enough to pull a bigger fib and go ahead and load up some targets and see if just kind of gauge the strength of the move here. And these guys make the most awesome targets in the world, in my opinion. I mean, in my opinion, if you want a target that's going to get hit, or most likely to get hit, go with the fib level. I like to color code them so I can remember which ones that they are. I'm not really targeting the 618 yet. And I am also looking at these moving averages. Ooh, look at that. That looks nasty. They can only be nasty for so long if we start recovering and flipping them. And then we might actually hit these guys. So first place I'd be looking at is 278, about 50 cents higher. That would be a good place. And mate, that was the wrong thing to move. Maybe up here around 330, and we could still even hit 374 even with these bearish moving averages up there. It can still go up there and then of course get slammed down a little bit. So I like that idea. We don't really have a trend line much of it. I mean, you got trend lines here, but they're at different angles, steeper angles, and you have to go with secondary ones. And you look for a breakout of those little guys, and we're nowhere near that. So it's got work to do, but I like what I'm seeing here. And let's take a look at Solana. We'll probably see a lot of the same themes on a lot of these altcoins. I've got to zoom out. I left this stuff on there, huh? Ooh, nice on the daily. So moving averages, my bigger major moving averages, 800, 600 or whatever, 300, 200, they look good. They still got the strength of the move, the momentum going. I like that. Bouncing off the 666 because it just does a lot of times. Comes into play. Should bounces off of it, ranges between it. It's got some effect on it. Whenever price and the 200 meet, there's usually some kind of little reaction. And usually whenever you see price meet a moving average on your time frame, take a look to the left, see what's going on there, and then you'll say, oh, look, well, that's what happened. So in a channel, we look for partial declines in channels where they kind of level out, and then we hope for the breakout to the upside. Got the bearish cross there. Yeah, that sucks. Going to cross over this 300 too. Let's I think that was from this move. So she got some work to do here. Let me just double check these levels. Okay, well, those are still good. I don't know why you're that color, but we'll put you here at the 0.5. 618 the 0.5. I'll be looking toward those guys. Hopefully we get the 3.8. This guy, this area over here might be a hassle. We've been getting rejected there, so we got to give them above 138. But you're probably not going to make any really good money or any good profit until we hit these higher levels. So for Solana, could we see 145? Maybe. I'm hoping. Could we see 154? I'm hoping. Are we going to go higher than that? I can see us getting up to about 200. It could happen. I don't think it'll stick. I think you come back, if you're lucky, to come back in range. But so far here on the daily for Solana, are we above the 9? Looks like we're above the 9. It looks like we're trying to lose it on the smaller ones. Looks like we have lost it on that. It may not stay on the daily either then. Here we are on the 1 hour, and she's trying to turn around a little bit. Does this one make any sense to you? Oh, there's a couple ways we could do this. To me, this would be one wave, but well, actually, this would be one wave. But we could still look at the 3 humps and a dump on trend line idea. I prefer to go with trend lines. Touch there, and we're going to cheat and let that little wick count and touch that body there. I don't see the greatest channel. I mean, there's something right through here. Well, that'll work. That works pretty good. The whole length of here is just kind of give us a little channel to trade. Looks like this area about 141, just eyeballing, that would be one of the places I target. Intersection between those. Doesn't mean that it hits perfectly, but you got an idea where we can be going. That's just a little bit above this Fibonacci area that we've got there. I think we just pulled that one out, right? Bullish cross here of the 100 over the 200. That's good. I think we got at least one more hump in us before maybe we come back down. And the same idea that I've got my Solana, which I'm down on, man. Sell orders. I bet you're at the 786 from this little guy, weren't you? That's why you're that color. I think you were. 28 people hanging out with me. It's like we lost a few there. Maybe they'll pop back in. When you start going over different coins, if it's not something somebody's into, they might click off. And of course, they might just click off because I'm just taking so damn long on each coin. But you know, I like to explain what I'm doing along the way. That's how I learn a lot of things. Not the stuff that I'm going through, but what helped me pick up on this stuff was watching my mentor on the weekly screen shares that we had in the trading group. Out of all the things in that trading group that I got value from, that's where I got the most value. Was when the mentor would once a week like a 1 hour, just kind of like what I'm doing here on the stream. It really was. It's very casual, going over, you know, showing us what things to go over. You know, going over Total 3, going over like Standard & Poor or DJI or something, you know, related to the regular stock market, following the dollar, maybe US, maybe the dominance and stuff for that, and the Bitcoin dominance, of course, and just keep going, and that's how I got used to it. That's how I got those habits to start doing this, and that's why you see me go through this faithfully every stream. Because if you can't take the weather from this, and a lot of people find this boring, they tune out. I don't want to see Total 3. I mean, but this is what helps keeps you in tune with the market, is doing this. And so I just try to do by example for the good habits that I have learned. And the newbies are like, I don't want. I'll just come back when he ever does my meme coin or something. And that's fine, but that's how that's how you start. That's how you start. That's you know, you may come in with meme coins, and then eventually you say, well, let's stick around and see, you know, you pick up something else. That's how I look at it anyway. You're stuck in a fantasy world, road dog. Maybe, but it's a fun one. So I see some bullish things going on for Solana that might get us up to some of these areas, but I'm not seeing anything just too awesome. Is it the bottom, road dog? These moving average suggest that we might be. I really like my fibs when it comes to figuring stuff. Ooh, baby, did you hit my 414? Were you a 618? Were you? Wait a minute. Or point, which? I gotta check something out here. Oh, yes, you were. You were a 618. I think this is where my fib system starts overlapping with those harmonic things. Booyah! So I think, does that work? I think there's one there. Let me see what we got here. That does not even look at least a little bit recognizable to me. I don't know. I'm still playing around with that stuff. I'm slowly absorbing it. I'm not diving in. Well, I just take it as I get it. Okay, so the 618 says that, yeah, we should be looking. We need to get past that. So 155. It says there might be a possibility of hitting 182. That'd be cool. That would be cool. That would help me out a lot too. So I like what I'm seeing here on the bigger time frames. Be even cool. I'm for you going up as high as you want to go, Solana. But we might be looking, you know, this area of support right in here, 115 seems to be holding. I've heard some people calling for 90 something. I don't see it just yet. Unless we move, you know, lose whatever trend line we got and that 9 moving average. Lose that 9 moving average, I would think, well, we might see 100 or something like that. But right now, let's go to the smaller time frames and see what you're saying. Why you want to be like that? So you can make the argument, we lost the 9 moving average, man. We lost the 21, we lost the 50, we're done. Well, you can make that argument, but until these cross, you still got a chance to come back and just recover. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it don't. And here on the 1 hour, we're fighting with the 200 moving average. It looks like we might be trying. I think it looks like the altcoins are going to be struggling for I don't know, this next day or two anyway. But I think we Total 3 seems to suggest we might have a chance to bump up. Altcoins are looking like they might do a little something, but I wouldn't be saying I'm going to pile all in and we're going for the long haul. This is like, you know, trade it and take profit on the way up. I think that's kind of where we are in the market right now. Let me come back over to the chat here. Oh, I got some retracted messages there. Answer me saying some stuff over here. Let's see. Just add 4x to your trade to get to show. Just add 4x your trade to get A to show, then off to the races. So, no isolated. So you're using cross margin, right? You can bump up your leverage. You can bump your leverage up, pull margin, and then use that margin to add to it as you move higher. Essentially, the same margin to build a position. If you trade $5 USD, add 20 on the margin plus sign to. I missed something. Then you can throttle each trade from 2x to max out without a loss. I have to revisit that. It's kind of hard for me to process things when I got a lot of stuff going on the stream, but I'm always up for. If you're in our Telegram group, that'd be a cool place to kind of anywhere trade setups or student charts or somewhere to just kind of and lay that out in a little post or something. I'd appreciate that. I'm all for people, sharing and helping and sharing ideas. No one person has all the answers out here. There's so many ways to play this, and you just got to find the ones that resonate with you and your style and your risk tolerance. It's a wide spectrum. It's a wide spectrum. That's why you got so many different styles of people here on YouTube. Some of them day traders, scalpers, so which seems to be really, really popular right now. And more swing traders, spot traders, holders, investors, and taking those ideas. I mean, we run the whole gamut there. I think you need to have a little bit of all those skills under your belt, and I think eventually you do. EW says, yes, I use this technically well, and it does pretty well if you can catch it just right. Answer me says, thought I discovered magic by mistake. Have 25 small trades at 200x running at the moment. None can be liquidated. That's interesting. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about it. Thank you, Ave. I appreciate that. If you enjoy the music, take it with you on the road. Stream Road Dog Crypto on YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. That would help support me. I'm not trying to shill anything other than maybe a Tangem wallet here and there. I do like to shield me music over there. I decided to put out some trading music. There's no trading music, no crypto trading music, and you hear it going on in the background. This is some of the older stuff. Well, it's not that old, but more the older chill stuff. But I've got it in all genres, so you can find something. JG says, Road Dog, what could be your strategy if you were? What would be my strategy if I were all in USDC right now? I would focus a lot on Bitcoin because the altcoins aren't through yet. Honestly, if you really want something good, if you're thinking about doing something long term and not trying to just straight up trade, your DCA is your best friend. And if you can use the tools like what we do here, the fibs and things like that, like to catch those 1.13s, 1.27s and DCA it there, you kill it. Perfect place to do something like that. And that hopefully that's kind of the things I'm trying to get across on the channel. Is like, you might see me do some of these things, but the things that help me to get some of these bottom areas, I mean, that's just a good rule of thumb. If you can pull a fib and you just put these extra ones on there, if you ever do that and you ever see us at these levels of 1.13 or 1.272 and you're a DCA person, boom, or just a swing trader person, boom. Especially if you're a spot, because even if it's just a local bottom and we got another one, maybe there's another one that takes us down to another. I mean, you're still at the perfect spot to start building. In my position, to build position, especially at this point in the market. That's my take on it. I know that most of the money is made for swings, but I know that most of the money right now is going to be centered on Bitcoin and a few towards altcoins. So I think I would narrow down what altcoins I would want to play in, but I would be very sparing on them because they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. And until the bigger market straightens out, the macro market, all that macro stuff starts straightening out. Because this tariff stuff, it's going to have good effects in the long run, but we're going to have pain in between then. And I mentioned this before, and I was watching was it Billy Goat Tales? I think it's the first day I hung around over there, and I thought, that's a cool show. But I think Crypto Billy was talking. He also had the same idea. There's always been talks about the super cycle, right? And you know, think of BitBoy last time. Super cycle. We're going. We're going to keep on going with Mr. X. But you know, eventually, I believe that there is a super cycle, and if there's going to be one, I think this might be the cycle for it. Whenever we have that adoption. Global adoption of Bitcoin. I mean, we've always thought, even in Bitcoin talk and Altcoin circles, back in the day, if that scenario ever happens, then you know, things would change a lot for Bitcoin, and we could be looking at those big old high numbers and all that stuff. I think what you'll see is the volatility will level off. But I think there could be a possibility that I keep coming across signs that we may extend into 2026, at least for Bitcoin. I don't know about altcoins. I don't have very much confidence in a lot of the altcoins anymore since it's so oversaturated. And until, you know, regulation comes in and everything's more clear. But for Bitcoin, I think maybe we could. I mean, if I'm going to entertain that thought and maybe have that as a backup plan, or maybe a plan B that plays off of that, maybe I won't sell, you know, I'll be taking profit on Bitcoin at some point. But maybe I'll hold on, you know, I'll decide what portion I want to keep just in case. And then what that would do, now that doesn't negate our 4-year cycle whatsoever. It just kind of shifts it a little bit. So that to me would spell more than likely a shorter bear market from maybe 26 to 27 or whatever. And then we start picking back up. I don't know. I mean, we're in new territory here, navigating new waters, but there is a halving every 4 years, and that's when the supply starts shrinking up on Bitcoin, and that's when that 4-year cycle is not in danger of changing because of that, in my opinion. Bobby Manu, you are on fire, my man. My goodness. Oh, I got this on top chat. I need to change that. I guess it defaults back there. Jim says, I don't think we need to wait until the next halving. I think I'm missing the context. Let me see if I can scroll back up here. Okay, that's where we left off. And then that. Jim Derger says, not going to lie, spot DCA has outperformed everything in the last few weeks. Ain't it, though? I mean, really? I remember, you know, people saying, you know, you'd hear a lot of people, and George, Cryptos R Us, you know, was always big on DCA too. You're like, oh yeah, get that the boomer thing. Yeah, I mean, if you're a newbie, yeah, just DCA. Yeah. So it's what you tell other people, just DCA, just dollar cost average, you'll be fine. But for real, that just dollar cost average, and whether you do it by time or you try to do it on, you know, big drops, however you want to do it, it literally seems to be outperforming the traders, because traders make stupid decisions, if you haven't noticed. Even the best traders get caught or something, or, you know, they're not always in a winning trade. If you were, everybody would be doing it. But the DCA it works out. So it really is one of the smarter plays. And if you don't know anything and you're feeling like learning TA and all the trading stuff, that's just too much. I mean, you can do really good in just dollar cost averaging. That's the truth. That is the pure truth. Road Dog, do you know how to? No, I haven't done that. But Joe will be streaming later. He did a cool thing, and he gave me a video. I just never went through it. The coolest thing, man, when I was watching Joe stream, I was automatically transformed to Billy Goat Tales, to that stream at Giver's Games. I was like, oh man, we're just here. For a minute, I was like, Joe, are you streaming this? Is this on your chat? Because I'm seeing the same chat going up and the same people and everything, and I'm like, are we just watching it on your stream? Oh, can you do that? And I clicked, I'm like, oh my God, we're here. I didn't do it. That was the coolest thing. I didn't know that was even possible. Joe says I'll be streaming later tonight talking about the drama that happened today because of the removal and the screw. Yeah, there was the crazy stuff going on earlier today. And so that will... What time are you going, Joe? it says, Solana, I'm going to be going an hour and a half here. I need to go through these coins real quick. Solana got me tight, losing pace. It's $93 possible. It looked like we, I'm late to the chat here, but it looked like we had a chance to come up before going down. It's what I think. That's what I think. Man, Ollie, you're on the ball. Willis from Braces. Well, just come back after the halving. Well, you got to time that right too, right? Seems like it takes about a year for it to really start getting in there. Jim Derrick says, investing is always excellent companion to trading. Yes, I believe that. Sometimes it even turns into a hedge. I believe that. Avi says, got my ass handed to me, so I forbid myself to trade, just DCA a whole month of March. Now, that's probably not a bad idea, Avi. I mean, I haven't done anything active. I mean, I've got some open trades. I've got one that's in drawdown. One small one that I picked back up. I got stopped off in profit. And I've got a little small, but I've not been doing anything heavy. I've just been sitting waiting for limit orders to get hit to get paid. That's all I've been doing all weekend. Because that's what I need to do right now. That's my play. That's what I got to get some of this money from these altcoins. So, and it looks like they might actually hit some of those targets. So, use trading profits to DCA into your favorite coin. A lot of people do that. Rogue's Angel says, I need to place my Rose and Ronin besides Coinbase. Any suggestions? Need a place to put my Rose and Ronin besides Coinbase. Any hardware wallet would be better than a hot wallet on your phone. Of course, I like Tangem wallets, but I don't know if they have those or not. Tangem keeps adding a lot, so I don't know if they got Rose or Ronin or not. Off the head, a hardware wallet, whatever choice that you go with there, but I can't name one specifically that I know would handle it. I think maybe Tangem would. Oh, my big Unix trade state deal never liquidated. On weeks it shows a double dash. Enjoy the tip. Hey, thank you for that, my man. I appreciate you sharing. Jim says, people thought it was a left translated, but we can't determine that till after FOMC. M2 has just started recovering from 2022. What we might be seeing is small waves before the storm. Yeah. And I don't want to be surprised by any storm. Jim Derrick says, Ronin is a very interesting long-term play as an ecosystem for crypto gaming. I keep associating Ronin with another coin that I was in, and it was a branch, somehow a fork off of Cosmos, and then it got hacked, and I built up some Bitcoin over there, man. I was doing so good, and then it dried up. I couldn't move things off, and then I think they got things going back up again. I'm like, well, I just feel totally played on you. And I think it was called Ronin, but I don't think it's necessarily the same project that you guys are talking about. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was Sif Chain, and the token was called Ronin. It was Sif Chain was the chain. There's a lot more things that fail or something goes wrong and go bust than what we like to realize sometimes. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I'm going to try to go through these kind of quick and go show my support over there for Joe. So, Ethereum. Let me zoom out first, make sure I'm not killing anything that I want to keep. Okay, that's kind of short term. Oh, you lost a trend line. How dare you? What's going on here? That's not as bad. It looked a little worse. If I go to Wix, make sure I got. Oh, that looks like it's. Are we good with this angle? That's pretty good. Okay. I'm having to give her a lot of leeway here, but I haven't broken any rules. So we've got our touches here, a trend line, and there's a possibility to wick down here. But here's some good news. Now I heard some people Man, if you listen to Mitch Ray, he's like, I don't know. Sometimes he gets bearish on altcoins. I like Mitch Ray because he does go by the rules and things like that. But sometimes he seems like he's a lot bearish on altcoins. I think he leans a little bit more toward a Bitcoin maxi. I don't know, but I mean, I respect the hell out of his TA and everything, all of his knowledge and everything. He's also somebody who's also crowdfunded too. But I think I was watching. I think it was on this stream today. I was catching some of it, and I think he was seeing, just talking. I don't see anything in the chart that says it, but yeah, well, it'll come on down to 800, 900, 800. I'm like, really? I mean, gosh, that sounds horrible. Makes me want to get out of Ethereum and listening to that. And you can make the argument you got M top and got a measured move. Well, that could be playing. I mean, yeah, okay, you can make the argument. Doesn't mean it has to be that. That $400 ETH, I don't see that happening. I mean, that doesn't make sense for it to happen. Especially, I mean, we're just at support. I mean, it seems like a lot of times when price gets down to support, that's when people get the most bearish. And they're just expecting it, just like they want to front run the bad news or something. Well, this is it, fellas. But this could be the bottom. I'm on the weekly time frame, by the way. We got falling price and we got falling volume, and that's usually a good sign. What I do like, and what I was wanting to point out here, even though it might be possible we wick down here, but we're kind of doing good for this week, so that might be out of the picture. We might be closing support here. The moving average is 100 above the 200. That's good. We still got the 21 hanging on above the 50. It's like, I refuse to let you mount me. Is that what I'm trying to say? I refuse to let, yeah. So the 21's holding that dominant position over that 50 there, and just kind of figuring out the whips and the handcuffs or something. I don't know. There's no penetration at the moment. We don't want there to be penetration over here, but that could be good. Let's come down the smaller time frame, see what you say. Oh, look at this. Come on. To me, I take that as a great sign. That means that this trend line is actually doing something. And we just drew that. We just drew that one from the wicks and everything. And she seems to be, and even if I had to draw a brand new little trend line here, it would still be like this. That's good. It looks like we're trying to edge in and get over that 9. I think it's got a chance to come back. Will it will it go to the moon? I don't think that. Let's see the indicator. Oh, look at this. Why was he so bearish on this today? I don't see it. If anything, this is, look at, you got the cross going on here on the MACD on the daily for Ethereum. That looks promising to me. It looks like it's going to be a good week for Ethereum, or a better week. It's not going to be like it was or sideways. We should be coming back up to about 2,000 or 2,200 maybe. Here, jeez. Do you see what I see? What we just talked about? If I were DCAing, I would DCA into ETH right now. You're at a 1.272. You're at a point of support. Looks like you're trying to do a little turnaround. That looks like a good sign to me. I'm calling possible bottom. We're calling possible bottoms. Possible bottom. So that gives me, I feel very comfortable going with our little fib strategy over here. I swing high to swing low. Give us the targets where we need to go, baby. Oh, 26. That looks interesting. I like 26. Even 3,000 might be on the table. Now, if it does that, that'd be a higher high. And we're getting a little too far ahead of ourselves for right now. Let's see how we do. One good thing is to take it level by level. If we don't get above the 0.5 roll over, we might be coming back for a double bottom, or God forbid, lower lows. I don't see 800 just yet. I see so much better stuff going on up here. 800, 600, 200, 200 is below the 3. That's, so we probably won't do very much beyond 3,000 anytime soon, but that looks good. I wonder how you're looking on Bitcoin. That's the one to really watch, I think. And who would... Let's go with Binance. I think we looked at that recent. Now, historically, man, anywhere around 2.7 and under, right in this range, historically, just from me and my bots and back in the day before I learned TA, those were good levels to do Bitcoin to Ethereum. And 2.7 sends in my mind 0.027. I remember that. I'm always, looking for that. We're a little bit lower. I can't see us coming down here. I mean, it's on the table, but I just, it's hard for me to imagine that happening for ETH to keep coming down against Bitcoin. Maybe it will. I think it's good to go on the weekly for this. So Ethereum, and if Ethereum doesn't do good, all your altcoins are not going to do very much better. They kind of depend on Ethereum, like in a way similar to the way they do in Bitcoin. I know everybody's looking at Solana, but Ethereum still has a lot of pull in the market. I don't know if they will, how long that they will continue. It seems like a lot of people are getting tired of Ethereum. Look at that as an M top measured move. Could take us right to the areas that we're at, but I just prefer to pull a fib. What have I got here? Do I have anything here? No. Oh, that's 886. That's what we're looking at. The 886 fib. And we lost that. That we may. I can't. That maybe we come down here for another double bottom. Could happen. The other possibility. No, I don't like that. Nope. And that's breaking my rule. That's breaking the rule. Or let's use another little fib trick, darling. Or you 6181 at me. You are in purgatory land. You're below where you're betwixt my fibs right now, and honestly, that's kind of throwing me for a loop. And that's telling me I haven't found the right thing just quite yet. And going from swing low to swing high, I mean that's going to be the standard to go by. Unless we just kind of trick up and regain this area. I guess I'd have to say 0.016. That blows my mind to say it. I can't imagine. Dang. Okay. And that was on the weekly, huh? What are you looking like on the 4 hour? Have we got anything? Are you looking like you got a catch of something over here? Oh, now we can zoom in and use our little strategy here and see what we got. Now that looks better. That looks better to me. This makes sense to me, but from the bigger pool, it still doesn't. I don't know. But it looks like, we at least got a local model. That's how I'm going to interpret this. And we need to see it get above some areas. So that's a possibility. I like that. So this makes me feel better. This makes me feel better about what I'm seeing. I don't feel as confused and lost anymore. And then again, looking at your indicators, I mean, look here on the 4 hour, you got your little green dot happened. It's been confirmed. She just kind of figure out things sideways. Other things that we look for would apply, get above the 9. Okay, I feel a little bit better about this one now. We might have a possible local bottom here on that against Bitcoin. So that might be good, seeing that we were looking at it on the dollar earlier. It didn't look like it could be going up this week. So I think we might be onto something here. Let's go check Cookie. Cookie looks like she's trying to do a bottoming pattern here. I just don't have very much to... Who's got the best cookie? Who's got the best cookie? That's Cook Finance. I would think that unless it's a Coinbase project, maybe they got the best one. Let's check this out. Nope, not any better. Cookie Dow. So I guess we're going back to Binance here. So don't have much going on here. We do have What the hell is this? Okay, I'm just not used to seeing it happen. That's divergence. I'm just not seeing. That's weird. How this is coming up. That's interesting. And now you're wanting to flip bearish? Cotton sideways, really. I don't remember seeing things happen that way before. Here we got stochastics on the bottom on the daily. Looks like she's trying to level out here. She's not ready just yet. Looks like she wants to come down and at least maybe try to double bottom. Let's hope that will work. If that loses, then we got to start looking at these guys down here around 9 to 11 cents. But got a chance that maybe that will hold. A faint chance. Still not a bad place to DCA if you're thinking about that. But there might be some juicer prices out of this one. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. I'll leave my fib up there. And let's take a look at Rune. How's Rune been doing? Leveling out at 130. That's cool. That's cool. Along a trend line and other. That's a 12272 fib. Bottomy fib. I like that. Hadn't really got much of a bottom pattern just yet that I would say, hey man, I think we got it. I don't think we need these guys anymore. Let me zoom out on. Oh, look at you. That is just horrible. So that was this trend line here. It seems to be respected. Now this is the same as a falling wedge kind of pattern where we're squeezing down and we can break up. We're just kind of squeezing right through here, so maybe there's some other bad signs here. They got the death cross here, but we could get a pump up to these areas. I mean, it's still possible to come up to these areas and then maybe level out again. It's been a disappointment, that's for sure. Smaller time frames looking kind of interesting here on the 4 hour. Looks like we are starting to get a little bit of respect for some of these trend lines and trying to make a series of higher highs and higher lows. That's the first step to recovery right there. She lost this trend line, so that kind of sucks. That really kind of sucks. But it looks like she might be trying to do something, and we might just be, getting more toward a different angle here. We'll just have to see, but for right now, she's got some stuff to prove out here. Come back over to Bitcoin and check you out, and now we'll look at the little juicy time frames. Here we are on the 6 minute. We just been going up this whole hour, coming up to talk to Miss Lucy right here. You guys know Miss Lucy. She's that little devil girl that just likes to destroy your hopes and dreams, bust your bubbles, and kill your balloons. That is the only thing that she lives to do there, but we can still get up higher. If we can sweet talk our way past her, we might actually see this $84,500 area. I like that. 23 people still hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Here's our new trend line here, and that's the line in the sand. Break that. You need to at least take profit. If not, get out of the trade, depending on whatever your strategy is. But that little trend line will save your ass from being caught in any downturn. It's the best way to play this game, in my personal opinion. This looks like this is Bitcoin. This is price action today. We leveled out, flags to the upside for lots of people, and then that didn't work out. And then we, do all this janky stuff. They just been having a hope. And I've set this out. I've just been doing other stuff and just not been, Because if you're watching the stream earlier in the week as we was leading into this, I'm not looking for a great week, and whatever move happens, I wouldn't trust it, and you don't know what they're going to do. I was anticipating maybe they might start running us up and getting us to chase them, and they may still do that. This may delay it another day. They may be starting to do that tonight and then dump us Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, the weekends have just not been, chasing anything on the weekends is just always, it has bad results. And again, I'm just waiting to get paid. I ain't trying to buy anything else. just get paid for what I got and take that drop out and get a better position in on some better coins and stuff. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to head over to Joe and watch his stream. I don't have the thing that automatically switches over there, but I appreciate you hanging out with me and being with me today. I will be back again tomorrow night about the same time, 10:30, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. And let's go to the end screen here. Bitcoin is king. Put your marshmallow.
Caught in the glow, where the charts collide, dips fade away. I'm on this knee.
Striga says weekend was too short. It does feel like it was short. Then again, I start losing all sense of time. Like, tomorrow's a holiday, and I was like, oh really? My daughter told me that. She's talking about leprechauns, and I'm like, well, why are we talking about leprechauns? I was like, man, really? Is it March 17th? Because I still feel like I'm back in January if I think about it. Spent too much time in these charts, I think.
Every coin I claim lights a moonlit flame. Ooh, smooth.
Let me see if I can copy. Can I copy that? Because I don't ever have access to this. There's something I'm not doing. If you could, if you wouldn't mind explaining that over in the group, if you're there, and you don't have to, I want to see if I can try to. Can I copy this whole chat? Can I do that? Ooh, I might be able to do that. Let me try that. That way I can copy this. That's not you. Where did that go? Where'd my notepad go? My notepad.
I'm craving more, yeah. Dips turn to light. I'm riding this gleam. Every crash.
There we go. Put it over here with the songs, all right. Cool. Okay, so now I'll go back over to it. Hopefully, it will make some more sense to me.
Neon bull run lighting up the sky.
I didn't know I could do that. This one should be coming out Tuesday on Spotify. I was releasing them instantly, but now they've got it to where, you know, to get on a playlist, it's best to give them a week heads up or something. So there's a delay on me releasing new songs.
Crypto's my spark, my fight, my gleam. Bull runs my pulse, live in the dream. Glow through the chaos, rise through the grind. Neon's my fire, I'm one of a kind. Neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through.
Man, I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you for that support, my man.
Crypto's glow fade my soul.
That's an excellent way to show your support for my channel. I appreciate that. I'm too scattered brain to remember to do all this stuff, and I'm not a marketing person. I've had my fill of sales and all that stuff. I'm just done with it. My degree was in journalism, and I had a minor in public relations and marketing. And I'm burnt out on all that.
I tease the game. Blockchain whispers my name. Candles glow.
All right, guys. I will. For those of you going over there, I'll see you over at Trade Intuition. I'm going to go check out Joe and see what kind of drama is going on today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Let's see. Let's get the little dog wave. The little butt shake before the dog wave. Can she do it again? I bet it's coming right now. She likes to shake her booty just like the chicken. I appreciate you, my man. There's the tail shaker, the feather shaker. Ooh, shake that tail feather. See you guys later. Thanks a lot.